Happy holidays, Uma Community Clinic family. I hope everyone is doing well. My name is DeJur, and we are here for our weekly Wednesday morning yoga practice. This morning we'll be doing mat yoga. I'm leaning over so y'all can see my mat. I actually use two, so I don't have to rearrange them as I go through the class. But grab your mat if you'd like to cushion your tush. I have a blanket there. You can use a towel, fold it up if you want, or just on the floor with the mat or no mat, up to you. I'd like to acknowledge that I am on the land of the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations. This land is theirs. This land belonged to them, and they belong to this land. The land was stolen, or the other word for that, it's not as harsh, is unceded from them by colonizers and enslavers. And the rest is history. So I'd like to give a mindful thoughts, mindful prayers to the ancestors and those past and present, because they are still around, and to wish them peace in their spirit. And hopefully one day some of the land will be returned to them, if not all, which I think all is a stretch, but at least some of the land is returned to them in a meaningful way, because it ain't right. For newcomers, please be mindful of any injuries that you may have. If I ask you to make a move or do something and you know that that causes pain for you, or that part of you was injured or is injured, please just be mindful of the movement and kind of test out the waters in those certain parts or times of the class where it might affect a body part or an injury or recovery that's happening. If you need a break, please feel free to take a break at your own pace. We will take breaks throughout, but if you need one in between that, please don't suffer through the class. Take care of yourself. And we will start with our usual grounding practice. So I'm sitting on my little stool so I can be close to the camera, then I'll move back to my mat. But we'll just start sitting in a comfortable way. If you're on your mat, you can cross your legs or you can extend them straight out. Try to sit up tall and extend the spine upward and pull in your belly button just a little bit, and try to place shoulders and hips in a vertical line if possible. So we'll start with just our sense. We'll start with our sense of hearing and just noticing any sounds that are happening outside the space you're in. And so we could be hearing a car just went by my street. The gardener's not here for the neighbor across the street. Yay. Bird sounds, rustling of leaves or trees or plants, neighbors or voices, children's laughter. I can hear an airplane way off in the distance. Just see what you notice outside your space as far as sound goes. There's another car that just went by. Then we'll move our attention to the sounds inside the room we're in. So see what you hear. And then we'll move to our sense of sight, just having a look around your space at the things that we look at every week and daily. And see what your attention is snagged on color-wise. There might be a dominant color in your space. And just notice that. Sense of taste. What do you taste in your mouth, palate, tongue? And sense of touch. Just rub your hands together gently. Just notice the feeling of one palm rubbing the other, touching the other. Just notice that. And here's a new sound too, a little bit of sound coming from that movement. That's our sense of touch. And then we'll direct our attention to our breathing. So we're starting with 5 breaths together, and then we'll do some breaths independent of each other. So again, sitting up tall, we're breathing through our nose, as we usually do in my class. And I'll explain why when we get done. Take a big breath in through your nose. And really fill the lungs completely, and then exhale it all out. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. Big breath in. Exhale. Last one together. Breathe in. Exhale. And then do 5 more at your own pace and rate of speed. After your 5th one, just return to your natural pattern of breathing. I want you to see if you notice any changes, because we've just kind of pushed a lot of oxygen into our system. So you might feel a little, I don't ever know the right word for this, but a little woozy, a little swoony, not to the point of falling out or falling over, passing out, but just a little bit different than when we started. And that's the results of putting oxygen into our body, like conscious breathing. The purpose of nasal breath, the exhale has a secret bonus that mouth breathing exhales do not offer. And that is, it helps us to reset our nervous systems in times when we need to. And so right now we might be feeling okay and jolly, but let's say if we were out in the world and we hear screeching brakes that aren't even involving us or our vehicle or our safety, but it kind of creates a thing in the body that you could become braced and waiting maybe for a crash boom, but that doesn't happen, but your nervous system just went up a notch. And so we can immediately start to focus on our breathing, that slow controlled breathing, especially on the exhale, and that will help to reset the nervous system. And also in times when things are directed at us, like a meeting that might be kind of high level where you get a little anxiety, like I do sometimes, or a presentation you may have been asked to give, and you've done this presentation a million times, but you still feel a little butterflyish in your gut. So that kind of breathing helps to settle all of that back down. So I'm going to move onto my mat, and we will continue on. Turn on the tunes. So I'm going to start sitting on my blanket, and I'll move it shortly, but let's just sit here. And again, you can cross leg or straight legs, but whatever legs you choose, try to sit up really tall. And drop your chin to your chest and just hold it there. We'll start with just a little stretching of the neck. So chin to chest, spine is long and tall. I'm not sure if I'm in frame well. Let's see, so far away. Just take some breaths and see if you notice your releasing of the muscles around your back of the neck. Is that better? I did set this up before we started. Let's see. And then circle your head slowly, either direction, doesn't matter. Slow circles, checking on your breath. And seeing if you feel notice any sticky parts in a certain, not in a certain direction, in a certain positioning of the head. If the heart feels a little tighter than normal or than you hoped for, just taking your time. And again, the sounds you may hear, great, I lost my thought. Air bubbles in the joints. The name will come to me shortly. Those are bubbles that are releasing hydrogen gas, bubbles releasing that are trapped around the joints of the whole body. But there seems to be a lot of them sometimes in the neck because there's a lot of bones. There's 13 vertebrae in the neck. We're going to circle the other direction. So there's a lot of opportunity for bubbles to get, gas bubbles to get caught or get created in the neck joints. Slow moving, sitting up tall, shoulders are down. Coming back to stillness. Welcome to class. Take your right hand to the left knee. We'll do a spinal twist, an easy twist. Look over your right shoulder. We'll start there. That gives a stretch on the left side of the neck. So sitting up tall, looking over your right shoulder. And then turning the head side to side. And checking on your jaw. Make sure the jaw is loose and natural and neutral. Not gritting your teeth or grimacing your facial muscles. Facial muscles are smooth and relaxed. Breathing through the nose, really moving the breath. And the next time you look to your right shoulder, hold there. I have my fingertips on the floor behind me. You can also use your flat palm behind you. Or if you want to bring in the wrapping of the right arm behind you, you can either wrap the back of the right hand to the middle of your low back, at the base of your spine. Or you can wrap the right hand over to the left side. That gives a stretch to the front of the right shoulder, which sometimes feels really nice to stretch those muscles. We do a lot of forward bending in our day, and this wrapping back helps to open that joint and those muscles up. Looking over the right shoulder, holding here. And then inhale, both arms up. Sit up really tall, stretch your fingertips up toward the ceiling. And then right hand, left knee, twisting to the left. And again, the left fingertips can be you can be on your left hand fingertips, or you can be left hand flat on the floor behind you, or you can wrap your left hand to your low spine or over toward the right hip. And twisting to the left and looking over the left shoulder. Hold here. Breathing through the nose. And then let's move the head left, right a few times. The next time you look back to the left, hold your gaze to the left. And then come back to center. Shake out both arms. If your legs were crossed, extend them and windshield wiper your feet, your legs a bit. We're going to recross the legs, putting the other leg on top or in front. Hands in front of your heart. We're going to open wide, breathe in, arms wide out to the sides and back a little if you can. The arms are pretty much horizontal from the shoulder, so they're not dangling down unless there's some sort of pain there. The arms are engaged and up horizontal. You can pull them back as far as you like. We'll hold here for just a couple breaths and see if you notice any stretching happening. Shoulder caps across the chest to the other side. Hold here, check your breath. And then exhale, give yourself a hug. Drop your chin down towards your chest. We're gonna hold here and take a few more breaths while we're here. Try to lower shoulders, give yourself a tight squeeze. This is a stretch for the across the back, shoulder blades, upper back. And drop your chin forward, and that'll give a stretch to the back of your neck. Open wide again, breathe in. We're going to hold here wide open. And exhale and take a few more breaths. Arms are strong, engaged, horizontal. We're gonna exhale and hug and put the other arm on top. You have to remember which arm is on top each time. Chin down and continue your breath. And then we'll go a little faster here. Inhale, arms wide, go in real time. Exhale, hug, change the top arm. Inhale wide. Exhale, hug, other arm on top, chin down. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, hug, chin down. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, close the arms, chin down. Inhale, wide open. Exhale, hug, chin down. And here we're going to inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, down. 2 more times. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale them down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Then inhale, arms wide again. We're going to switch the top arm. Give a hug, exhale, chin down. 3 times lifting the elbows. Here's number 3. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower, chin down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, down. Here we're just going to turn the upper arm, whichever arm is the upper arm, put it inside the lower arm's elbow, the lower elbow. This is called eagle arms. And you can either have the bottom, the back of the lower hand touching the outside of the upper elbow. So for me, it's my back of my left hand touching the outside of my right elbow, okay? Or you can slide the lower hand up the upper arm. I hope that's not too confusing. You may also try to wrap your hands, and that's just putting one hand up into the palm of the other. And we're going to hold here. So just pick your arms. This is really not about the arm placement. It's more about a nice stretch for the shoulder blades. So find what's comfortable. Let's change the cross of the legs and put the other one on top or in front. And drop your chin down and just hold here for a few breaths. See if you notice any sensations on the backs of the shoulders. So the back part on your back around the shoulder area. See if you feel any opening happening or stretching or spaciousness, a sensation of space happening. Mine both feel very tight. I haven't done this shape in a while, apparently. So it's really tight for me on the backs of my shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms as they are. Fingertips up toward the sky. We're going to do 3 of these. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And we're going to change the arm. So put the other arm on top. Wide arms, breathe in. Exhale, switch the arms. So now for me, my back of my right hand is touching the low elbow area of my upper arm. Okay, that's one place for accessibility. You can slide the lower hand up the upper arm, or you can wrap the hands, putting one hand in the palm of the other, or fingertips in the palm of the other. Hold here, drop your chin down, and just hang out here for a few breaths. I will say that from holding on the other side, this now doesn't feel as tight. It's still tight, but that holding helps to loosen things up just a bit. It's very noticeable for me. Breath is smooth and easy. The jaw is loose. You can separate the upper and lower arches of your teeth to relax your jaw muscles if you need some help on that. Sometimes we grit our teeth without even really knowing that we're doing that. Breathe in, elbows up, fingertips up. Exhale down. I even feel like I can raise my arms a little higher on this side now. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale down. I'm going to open the arms wide and then lower your arms. Stretch your legs out if they were crossed, and windshield wiper legs, feet. Shake out your arms and see if you notice any sensations around your shoulder blades especially. So feet are flexed up. We're just going to walk our hands forward. So sitting up tall, we exhale and walk the hands forward. Continue your breathing. Look down between your knees so the neck is long. And again, toes up. This is a stretch for the backs of your legs and the low spine. So we don't want a curved spine. We want a flat back, even though we're leaning forward. Looking downward and checking on your breath. Inhale, walk yourself upright. Exhale, walk yourself forward again. Inhale, walk yourself upright. Exhale, forward. This time we're going to use the arms. Inhale, arms up, fingers up, sit up tall. Exhale, arms down to the floor. Inhale, lift, sit up tall. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down and hold here. So you can have hands flat on the mat, on your fingertips. I forgot to mention this before. You can also rest your forearms on your shins. You can try that out. The spine is long, so your back is flat and your toes are pointing up. If you flex your feet, you might feel a little more intensity on the backs of your knees, which is a stretch, basically. And then inhale, hands to heart. We're going to exhale, twist to the right. So we're in prayer hands. We're just turning our torso to the right. And that's the exhale point. Inhale to center. Exhale, left. Prayer hands in front of your heart. Exhaling left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more set each way. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, release your hands, arms, and bring the feet together. Knees drop apart. I'm going to use my blanket just to cushion my outer ankles. And bring your feet. I want you to test out what feels most therapeutic as far as positioning your feet and legs. So let me get this first. So I like my feet close to my torso. I feel the deepest stretch there on the inner hamstrings. This is also a hip opener, but there's a different experience when I push my feet out away. And I want you to test that out and just notice the difference of how it feels for your body, and then pick the spot that you like the most, and we're going to be there for a few breaths. So we're sitting up tall while we're here. Let's massage our feet. We never get enough foot worship, and moving the bones around, the arch, rubbing the arch and getting between the toes. This massaging brings additional blood flow, and that's nourishing to the feet. All the bones, 26 bones in the feet and hands, and also all the nerve endings of the entire body end up on the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands, and also the ears. Inner and outer, but I'm speaking more of the outer ears that have a lot of nerve endings that correspond with our organ, our internal organs. So really manipulating the feet. And then you can come to stillness again and just sit up really tall, drop your shoulders down. Take some breaths. And stretch out the left leg straight out. So straight out down basically the midline. We're going to turn our torso to the center. It automatically kind of turns out to the right when our left leg is out. It just happens. So we want to engage the upper body and twist it back to the center. You can place your right sole of the foot touching the inside of the left thigh, and the left foot is, toes are up, left foot is flexed. We're going to just walk forward and hold here. Palms can be flat or fingertips or forearms, your choice. We're going to be looking down at the left knee. The back is flat. It's not humped. It's a flat back. So you're sort of lifting your chest in order to extend the spine upward. Even though we're on a forward angle, we want a long spine and long neck. And again, looking down towards your left knee. So you may feel some tingles and things on the back of the left leg. This is a stretch for the muscles on the back of the left leg and a hip opener on the right side. And a little love for the lumbar spine. Low back gets a little stretch too by us leaning forward. Looking down, breathing smoothly. Inhale, both arms up, sit up tall. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more, breathe in, lift. Exhale, down. And then walk yourself upright on an inhale. We're going to reposition the right leg. So the right ankle, either above the left knee cap or below the left knee cap, not on the knee joint. Never put any pressure on your knee joint where you're pushing the leg backwards, because that is not a direction the leg should ever go in, because you can jam your tendons and all that stuff. So above or below. And this just readjusts the hip on the right side, and we're going to go forward again. So it's a little different. It's a different opening for the left hip. It probably feels the same on the back. I'm sorry, one different opening for the right hip. Probably have the same sensations on the back of the left leg as when we did it the other way. But just looking down at the left foot, fingertips flat. Palm or forearms might be hard to access, but if you can get down there, go for it. Taking breaths here. So I feel extra stuff now on the outside of my right thigh. I did not feel that when the foot was touching the inside of the left leg. I didn't feel what I feel now with the leg on top and across. So looking down, hold here. We're going to inhale. Fingertips up, arms up. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. And hold here. And then walk yourself upright on a breath in. Disengage the right leg, shake out arms, and windshield wiper your feet. See if you notice a difference from the right hip joint sensations compared to the left. We'll move the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Turn the torso to the midline, which is the center of you, instead of it going off to the left like I mentioned before. Turn it back to center. I'm going to exhale and walk. Hands forward, fingertips forward, forearm forward. Your choice. Right toes are up. The back is flat. Lift your chest a bit and look down at the right knee. And just hold here. Hold and breathe. And then inhale, sit up tall, both arms up. 3 of these. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Hold here. And then walk yourself upright on an inhale. Continue to move your breath. Let's reposition the left leg, left ankle above or below the right knee. And exhale, walking hands forward, fingertips or flat palms, your choice, looking down at the the right knee, and see if you notice different sensation on the left hip by us repositioning the left foot, left leg. Looking down, flat back, chest is lifted a bit, jaw is relaxed, facial muscles are neutral. Checking on your breath. Then inhale, lift, arms up. We'll do 3 of these here. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Last one, breathe in, lift. Exhale forward and hold. Take a couple breaths. Then walk yourself upright. Extend the left leg out, windshield wiper feet, shake out arms. We'll do another type of spinal twist. So the legs are out straight. We're going to bring the right foot, bend the right knee, bring the right foot either inside near the right knee or on the outside. Sorry, everyone. Inside, I'm challenged with my lefts and rights today, as you can see. Inside the left, near the left knee, or outside the left knee. And then the left foot is flexed. We're going to place left hand to right knee and twist to the right. Or you can put your left elbow on top of your right knee, fingertips up. So the forearm in a vertical line, fingertips up and turn to the right. This has, since my surgery, I'm going to tell you, I used to kind of struggle with this a little bit. I have so much more space, thank you God, that I would have a challenge holding the shape like this and struggle. So I'd always just hug my bent leg. And so now I have options that I can do either or. And I didn't realize that until just now. I don't think I've done this since September. So let's look forward and back. Forward toward your camera, back over your right shoulder a few times. This is another version of a seated spinal twist. And then we'll come back to center and extend the right leg out, windshield wiper the legs, and we'll switch sides. Left foot flat toward the inside of the right knee or on the outside of the right knee. And then we'll either hang on, right hand, left knee and turn, or right elbow, left knee and turn, your choice. You can try them both to see what works best for you. And then slowly moving your head forward and back. Take your time, check on the right foot that it's flexed. The right leg, the muscles in the right leg are engaged by flexing the right foot. Sitting up tall. And then coming back to center, extend the left leg out, windshield wiper left feet, and shake out arms and hands. So we'll come onto our knees. I'm going to use the blanket. So if your knees are tender or sensitive, use some assistance. No big deal. You can use a towel or a blanket. And I'm just going to use this for padding. So we'll start with some cat-cows to move the spine a little bit more. And so we're in a table position. Hips and knees vertical, shoulders, elbows, wrists, mostly vertical. A little push out on the hands so that you don't have a sharp bend in the wrist, because that can get painful while we're doing these. So you can push your palms out away from your knees just a hair. And pull in your belly button, flatten your back. We're going to start with a cow. So dropping the belly toward the floor. I don't know if you can see this. Belly toward the floor, back is arched. We're going to hold here. We'll start out with slow ones. Besides this being a back bend, it's also stretching the muscles on the front body too. So holding here, sort of like a, those, what comes to mind are those old horses that have seen a better day and they're really sway back. We're trying to copycat them for this. Just let gravity pull your torso down toward the floor, deep arch in the back, hold here. Spine is long, neck is long. And then we're going to take a breath in and then exhale, reverse that. Spine arches up toward the ceiling and chin tucks in. And take a few breaths here. We're going to be here for just a couple breaths. So take some nice breaths. Look down toward the floor. Lifting the spine upward. And then inhale to cow. We're going to hold this one more set in slow motion. And then we'll go in a little faster pace. Hold here, breathe. Chin is up. Arch your back. And then exhale to cat, and then continue the breath. And then inhale will go in real time. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. I'm going to let you go on your own pace for a few breaths. And then when you've had enough, I want you to come into child's pose. So touch the big toes together. Separate the knees as wide as you can. Drop your butt back towards your heels and extend the arms outward above your head, forehead on your mat, and take some breaths. You can also cactus your arms, which means bend at the elbows. You can also bring the hands down by your feet. And if bringing your forehead down to the floor is too much, you can always stack your hands to bring the floor up a little bit, put your forehead there. Or you can make the floor even higher by stacking fists and putting your forehead there. So we want to make this, all the shapes in yoga, accessible and have options for the comfort of our own bodies. So traditional is where the arms are out, forehead on the mat. And that is great if your shoulders are okay, but sometimes my shoulders are not okay. Sometimes I can't get my head all the way to the floor, so I just make an adjustment and it's all good. It works for me. We're working with our bodies we have now at this moment and not at some future point. And so we make the yoga work for us. So holding here, child's pose is one of the 4 resting poses of yoga. There's corpse pose, mountain pose, and unbelievably down dog. Those are the 4. And then let's come back up to table. We're going to, let's sit in what's called hero or shero's pose. There's another name for this one. So this one is kind of like to the feet, but you can be on the balls of your feet. So the toes are curling towards your knees, let's just say, in that direction. Gives an excellent stretch to the soles of your feet and the bones in the feet. But it's really uncomfortable for a lot of people. And so you can also come on the the top part of the feet and come up. And so this is also a version of hero pose, or curl the toes under with the torso upright, you can choose. But this is a really good stretch for our feet, because we rarely have our feet go in this position ever. Even in heels, it's not quite the same because the toes are curled under. Try to sit up as tall as you can, whatever version you're doing. Try to keep the shoulders and hips in a vertical line. And then let's go back to table and let's tap the tops of the feet to the floor or on the floor. We'll do tiger pose. So we're going to bend the left knee and reach around with the right hand to left foot. So that's the entry level. And this is great. We're going to twist our right shoulder up. You can also lift the left knee and turn your torso more. And this is a balance. So we put weight on the right knee and shin and the left hand. And we turn the right shoulder up. This is tiger. So we're holding the left foot with the right hand. The left knee can be on the floor or not on the floor. Your choice. What's happening in this pose is a twist, a balance, and the left front thigh is getting a nice deep stretch. So holding here, pulling your belly button for stability. And then release, right hand down, left leg down, come back to table. Let's do a 2 cat-cows here just to loosen things up from that shape. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. And we'll shift sides. Bend the right knee. Left hand grabs right foot. You can lift the right knee if you like. Turn your torso to the left. So the weight is on the left knee, left shin, and right hand. Twisting to the left, left shoulder up. See if you notice that stretch on the front of the right thigh. Twist and breathe. And then lower the right knee, left hand. We'll do 2 cat-cows. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to hero's pose. You can be on the tops of your feet or the balls of your feet. Just want to check the time here. We're going to do pigeon. And it's a hip opener. So back to table, we'll start with the right side. So bringing the right knee up in the direction of the right wrist. Going to cross the right leg across your mat to whatever your comfort is, okay? I've been taught that the lower leg should be horizontal with the edge of the mat, and that is not for everyone because it depends on our skeleton. Then we're going to slide the left leg back. You can stay here with arms straightened. We're on the top of the left foot, so we're not letting the left heel dangle out to the left. We're turning on those muscles and on top of the left foot. And you can also try coming down on forearms if that's accessible to you. And again, it's all subjective. And then you may also want to try stacked hands, forehead down, or stacked fist, forehead down. But I want you to pick what feels best for you. You don't have to feel forced into any shape. I sometimes like to be upright because I get to arch my back a little bit. So try them all. This is upright, straight arms. This is forearms down. This is forehead down, fists, palms. You pick, and we'll be here for just a couple more breaths. This is a hip opener. Again, we're on top of the left foot. The left foot is gonna right away want to, they call it sickling. Sickle outward the left heel. Once the sickle outward, we want to control that by being on top of the left foot. And then we'll come back to table. So untangle yourself, come back to table. Let's do 2 cat-cows to loosen things up from that shape. Start with the cow, exhale, curl up. Excuse me, start with the cat, 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 cat. And then inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Come back to table for the setup for the left side. So sliding the left knee toward the left wrist, crossing the left leg across your mat to wherever it settles. It's different for each of us. Sliding back on the right leg, straighten out the right leg on top of the right foot. Arms can be straight with an arched back here. You can also go down on your forearms. You can try stacked fists, forehead on your fist. You can try flat hands, flat palms, forehead down on those. So pick your preference and we'll be there just for a couple breaths. Pigeon pose is a hip opener. And then let's untangle back to table. This time, let's do some hip circles to loosen us up from that shape. So either direction, just circling the hips and dipping really low towards your heels. You can also dip one shoulder or the other as you go around. You can try that out. Let's go the other direction. And see how the side body feels as you go around. It might be a nice stretch there, somewhere in there. And then we'll do a thread the needle for the arms. So back to table pose. We're going to, with the right arm first, inhale, lift the right arm. And then exhale, bring the right shoulder to the floor. The right arm goes under the left armpit, basically. Turn your right cheek to the mat. Okay, and hold there. The left hand can stay exactly where it is, or you can push the left hand out above your head like child's pose, like we talked about traditional child's pose. You can also grab the left hand behind you. So those are the 3 options for thread the needle. This is shoulder blades, a nice opening for the shoulder blades and also for the shoulder joint. It's also a spinal twist. Tush is up in the air. And then if you move your left hand, reposition it for table. Inhale, right arm comes up, look up. And then exhale, right hand comes down. We'll switch sides right away. Inhale, left arm lifts, look up. Exhale, left arm underneath the right armpit, left cheek to the mat. You can leave your right hand where it is or slide it out above your head like child's pose.
or wrap the right hand on behind you. So remember I said when we wrap, it stretches the muscles in the front, the shoulder cap, the front of the muscles. I mean, the front of the shoulder. So hold here. And then bring the right hand to the floor or replace it, reposition it for table. Left hand to the floor for table. And we'll do 2 cat-cows. We'll start with cow. Inhale. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then let's do some hip circles, 2 each way. You decide which direction. Check your breath. And then come back to center. 2 ways to make yours transition to your back. You can either cross the ankles, sit back, lay down, or swing the legs out to either side, it doesn't matter. Opposite hip, sit it on the mat, swing the legs in front of you, and lay on your back. We're gonna go into final relaxation. So get comfortable. It's chilly if your room is chilly like mine is. Feel free to grab a blanket or a towel or sweater to throw over you. Right away, I want you to do a body scan of how you feel since we started. Comparing how you feel since we started. So allow your body to soften and sink into your mat. Release, let go. Attention to your feet. Attention to your legs. Attention to your hands. Attention to your arms. Attention to your spine. Attention to your breath.
Gently turn your head from side to side. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Encircle your wrists and ankles. Excuse me. Point and flex your feet. And then flex and release your fingers or your hands. Next breath in, bring your arms over your head. Take a big stretch, big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. And then exhale, bring your knees to chest and hold there in a little ball. And then when you're ready, turn onto either side, hold there. Use the bottom arm as a pillow. And then push yourself upright to seated. May you be happy. May your life have meaning. And may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Evelyn.
Thank you, DeJur.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
Evelyn. Thank you. It was a good stretch.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wanna-
Shalyn, do we have class next week, or you guys have that meeting? Or Christmas?
We may ask for recorded videos, but we'll let you know.
And then, so you put it on your website, and maybe like June can just click on the recorded video and be on it? How does that work?
You guys will record a video yourselves and email it in to us. But again, I will let you know that may not happen.
Okay. I'll keep you.
I think we should be okay for class next week though, because I think we changed it to the 22nd, but I'll double check with you. I mean, I'll let you know.
I won't be in class next week anyway. I'll be out of town. I'm going out of town.
Where to? Where you going?
I'm going to see my mom. I'm going to Oklahoma City.
Oh, nice.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Have a good trip.
Thank
Okay,
you.
well, Evelyn, you're welcome. Evelyn, let me know. And Shalyn, I want to just give praise and thanks to the Tech Diva. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
We do have our ups and downs over here, but we get it together.
It's all right. You do better than I ever could.